we were not very good offensively. Game came down to it. You know, all I can think about right now though is these seniors, guys that came here, that believed in us, that we would put them in the right position, and I feel awful for them right now because they left everything they had, and they're going to be very, very missed. You know, kudos to RPI. Congratulations to them. I hope they do well next week, and you know, but all I can think about right now is our seniors.
Coach, what was the explanation you got on that blocked extra point? They wound up throwing a flag on the shot. What was the call there?
Said he tried to hit it forward with his hand. He has one hand. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Coach, how much did the weather affect what you might even wanted to do on offense?
A lot, but here's the reality. Both teams play in the same weather, and if you want to be good at our level in upstate New York, you got to be able to play in the rain. And we've played probably 4 or 5 games in the rain, and offensively played like garbage every single time. So evidently something I got to really work on going forward. We threw for 94 yards. That was a team that we would have liked to throw a little more against. But obviously didn't.
Rashad, obviously we see you playing with one hand. We didn't get a chance to talk to you after the last game. What's playing with one hand? You were still extremely effective against Ackerman today. Does the club affect in any way what you're able to do defensively?
I'm out there, right? I'm putting it all out on the line for my team. This was it for me, so it doesn't matter if it affected or not.
Matt, this is like the most rushing yards you guys have given up all year. Well, was there something that they did that made that happen, or was that just on you guys?
I mean, they just, you know, it was a Sweet 16 game. They're a good team. They have good players, you know, good offensive line. It's nothing that, you know, it's just, that's the way football's played sometimes, you know. I mean, I guess we kind of got accustomed to giving up, you know, negative 60 rushing yards a game, but it was, I mean, it's kind of wild to think that we actually really actually did that. So, I mean, it's just good teams playing against each other, you know, it's going to happen.
And that's on us offensively. I mean, they had 33 carries for 102 yards. We'll give, I know our expectation is negative, but we'll be happy to give up 100 yards every week. Offensively, did nothing. So we allowed them to have a numerous possessions and numerous plays.
At that first drive of the third quarter, did they do anything different offensively? They seemed to be able to get yards against the limb there, which teams weren't doing the first time.
Yeah, no, I mean, as far as scheme-wise, no, not really. They were just out there executing better than we were. That's all it really came down to. I mean, you know, I think, you know, the beginning of the game, first 2 minutes of the game, and then the first 2 minutes, you know, the last 2 minutes of the half and the first 2 minutes of the half. I mean, those are huge minutes that we got to win, and they drove on us down the field, and you know, it really wasn't anything they were doing. They were just playing better than we were.
Coach, Tyree led the team in carries probably for the first time all year. Was that something that you thought of coming into the game that you wanted to do, or did that kind of happen?
Yeah, no, once he was healthy, which he was for the first half, and then he got dinged in the third quarter with his ankle again. We wanted him to have 25 touches today, and most of them at tailback. You know, we've been playing with the 4 receivers that we've had without Tyree, so we felt comfortable, obviously, with those guys all year, and just put Tyree at tailback and wanted to get him as many as he could. Unfortunately, he got injured again, and Zambo wasn't able to play again today, and you know, obviously Benedict and Jale stepped in as the same way they've been doing the last few weeks. So his tailback's been a tough position this year in terms of staying healthy.
Caleb, any of the seniors can answer this. I mean, obviously not the results we wanted today, but special back-to-back seasons. How does it feel to be seniors on this program and to make it as far as we did last year, as far as we did this year? Only 16 teams made it this far, and what's the future look like for Brockport football?
It's been a fun 4 years. It is obviously not the way we wanted to go out. The last year we did something special, first time that any class has done it, and then we want to repeat that. Again, not the way we want to go out, but We came in my freshman year, we were 5-5. We've gotten better ever since, and I think this program will be all right. We just got to get the younger guys, just gotta know what they need to do. Coaches know what they're doing. We just got to go out there and do what we got to do for ourselves, and when it comes together, show it on the field.
I said it in an interview in my freshman year that I wanted to leave my legacy here, and I feel like us seniors as a whole have done that, being that what Caleb said, we turned the program around. We have a great coaching staff here. We wouldn't have wanted to go anywhere else, so kudos to them. And all the younger guys who got in throughout this run was pretty good to get them some experience going forward. So I feel like they're in good hands between the coaching staff and the young guys stepping up. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think just, especially being like a fifth-year guy, just seeing where the program, you know, where I started, you know, and where we've gotten to. I mean, I don't even think I could have really dreamed it when I was a freshman. I'm just, you know, I loved every second just battling for these guys right here next to me and the 100 guys back in the locker room. And I go to battle for these coaches any day, and you know, it's a tough pill to swallow, but I'm so proud for this program and just to see where it's going to go. I mean, the sky's the limit, and you know, we made the Final Four last year, and I know with, you know, coach and all our staff, you know, leading the way, I know they're gonna finish the job. They're gonna win the whole thing once. I know it.
Coach, did they do anything schematically on defense to slow down their offense?
I mean, they ran their defense. You know, they have a good scheme. You know, they're running a 4-man, a 3-man, they're running a bear. So there's 3 main fronts they want to run. You know, we just didn't execute our stuff, and a lot of that's to what they did, just how they play, how good they are. You know, I mean, I just wish I can't wait to watch this film, I can tell you that. And, you know, it took me probably 2 months last year to watch the Mary Hardin Baylor film. I'm probably going to watch this one tonight, because I'm a little frustrated. And, but they're a good team.
Is there any thought, I don't mean to make it sound like it's like this, is there any thought to maybe trying to kick into the win in the third quarter and have the win in the fourth quarter and see that?
There was a thought, but I thought we could, you know, I don't think we executed it quite like how we were supposed to in the first half. And I wanted that first quarter to be over. It felt like it was an hour and a half long going against the wind in the rain. And then with the weather being dry, just in case the rain came back, you know, my thought was let's take the win in the third quarter in case it does start to rain again and try to maximize on the dry footballs. So that's really kind of the thought process. You know, so that was really where it came from. But, you know, I would do it all over again the same way if I could.
And obviously, when they drive for 6 minutes to start the third quarter, that kind of stymies your
against the wind, yeah. You know, and they executed some short pass stuff and did well, and so, you know, but I would still rather have the wind at our back for that third quarter.
Coach, the two teams, RPI obviously had a lot of close games this year. Brockport, you guys didn't have too many. Do you think that their team was just better prepared to play in this type of a tight physical football game?
Could be. You know, I don't know if I can answer that correctly because I don't really know. I know we executed horribly. 5 turnovers, a block punt. I don't know how many drop passes we had, but probably more than we wanted to count. We just didn't play well. And again, I don't want to take any credit away from RPI because they're a good football team. They're a big reason why we didn't play well. So, but those are things that are going to be really hard for me to forget. Yeah.
To that point, you're an offensive-minded coach for this defense to play as well as they did today, not really give up many points. They didn't do anything special on offense. Defense really did their job. Is it frustrating for you to watch the offense struggle the way it did?
Horrendously. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. Because I'm just glancing at the stats, the first time I've seen them, so I mean, obviously I haven't had a chance to look through them, but 244 total yards of offense they had. You know, obviously 13 first downs, and I think just the first downs alone are kind of a depiction a little bit of the game. 24 for us, 13 for them, but when you turn it over 5 times, it's tough. And I again, the drop passes, and you know, elements, they had a few drops too, you know, so the elements affected both teams, and it's just frustrating. I'm embarrassed for these guys, and because they battled their tails off, and And on how many times we give them a short field too when they answered the bell, you know, and then we would go out and do nothing. You know, it's very frustrating to play your worst football in your last game.
Yeah, and really to the defensive guys, that third down or that goal line stand that you had, you know, before they went up 8, to essentially have them stopped, you know, a pass interference penalty, kind of give them a restart. What was the frustration point for you guys on the defensive side of the ball to get that flag thrown against you and have to, you know, step up and try to do it again? I mean, you had them stopped, right? So
I feel like being third in the country sometimes, you know, a lot of adversity comes your way. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have to say it was a ridiculous call. I mean, you know, but it is what it is. You got to keep playing. You know, there's nothing you can do about it now. So, you know, the next series came up. You know, we felt we stopped them on 4 plays, but you know, we got to keep playing. And, you know, we got to make another 4 stops.